Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. So weird. Guys, do you like my outfit? It is so adorable and it's so cute. I love it. Okay, anyways. Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to my channel. So a while back I made a video called Easy Tips and Tricks to Improve Your Quran Recitation, and alhamdulillah that video is by far my most popular video, and I decided that I should make a part 2 because everyone loved it so much. And I've been getting so many comments of people asking me how exactly do I imitate qaris that I love listening to, and how to improve your vocal range, as in like how to hit like higher notes without damaging your vocal cords or your voice. So inshallah, in this video I'll be sharing some tips that I've been currently using and I think it's helping me, so inshallah it will help you as well. Everything takes practice, and the more you practice the quicker you will improve, inshallah. For some people it will take sooner than others, but you just have to be patient and trust the process. So Allah will definitely reward you for your efforts. Number one thing before you try to improve your voice and your recitation, you have to make sure that your tajweed is correct. You have to, guys, recite the Quran properly. I still take, to this day, Quran tajweed lessons. Actually, it's funny, I asked my mom, like, when can I stop taking Quran classes, and she's like, when you're married. So I have a few more years, inshallah, so I will, you know, continue on because there's always room for improvement. Trust me, it doesn't matter how much you finish the Quran, how many times, you'll always have room to improve. So number one thing, make sure your tajweed is perfect. If you're a beginner and you can't really recite Arabic that fluently or that fast, I suggest you listen to qaris that are slower in recitation. So Sheikh Husri is a very helpful one. The slower reciters, you're able to read along with them much easier and, you know, really follow exactly how they pronounce every letter and every rule and stuff like that. It is very helpful. And then once you become more confident and you know, you become more fluent in Arabic, then you can move on to reciters who are a bit faster. And for me, my favorite is Sheikh Mishari al-Afasi. He was the first person, or like the main inspiration behind me wanting to beautify my voice. So may Allah reward him for that. So when I try to imitate him, back in the day I used like CDs, but I know you guys don't have that anymore. So you can like use your phone. Every verse you repeat after him, you listen to it a few times, then you start repeating after him over and over and over again. You know, you really focus on which areas he goes high and then which areas he goes low. Let me give you an example. Let's take, you know, a short verse. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. So I'd listen to that maybe like 10 times, and then I start dissecting it bit by bit. So you'll notice in the first part of it, قُلْ يَا, the ya has 3 different layers, 3 steps. It's not قُلْ يَا, it's قُلْ يَا, ya, like that, 3. So practice that. قُلْ يَا أَيُّ, and then the you is high. أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, and then again at the end. رُونَ, رُونَ. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, like that. So I'm gonna say it like monotone, and then I'll recite with the way he does it so you can see the difference. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. Okay, and now with his style. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. I hope my hand movements make sense. I don't know what I'm doing. But you know, you recognize the difference, right? Like you add some more variation, some more pizzazz, and it sounds a lot better. So when you start listening, you start to recognize patterns and the style of that reciter. Once you get very comfortable with one reciter, then you can start branching out to different reciters and different styles, and then eventually, once you are familiar with those different techniques and stuff, you can start combining them and then make your own, which I think is the most important thing. Don't try to, limit yourself into one kind of Gaudi. Everyone has their own way of reciting, and I think that's very special and one of the many miracles of the Quran. Because Gaudis are mostly men, and I'm a girl, my voice is already, higher pitched, I tend to start lower than what the Gaudi is because it doesn't sound as, extreme, if that makes sense. So if let's say he's reciting normal tone, I'm gonna recite a little bit lower tone so that, when he's going high, basically my high is this instead of this, okay? I don't know if that makes sense, but I hope it does. You don't have to necessarily do the exact pitch they're at. So with the verse that I recited earlier, maybe the Gaudi was like at a higher level. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. Like that. I will start a little bit lower because, my voice sounds very squeaky up there because I'm a girl, so I start a little bit lower. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. And it sounds a lot better. So you need to kind of adjust depending on your limits, depending on your voice, and depending on your ability. And then, once you start getting used to it and you start practicing more, it becomes easy for you. Inshallah, you'll be able to hit those notes that the Gaudis do. Now, moving on to, increasing your vocal range itself, you need to practice screaming. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but basically, scream so that, your voice gets used to being that high, but don't do it so much that you start to, hurt your voice, hurt yourself. You have to do little by little every single day. So maybe start off with 10 minutes and then 15 minutes, gradually increase, and make sure you drink a lot of water and take breaks in between so that you're not overusing it. One thing that I noticed when I'm trying to practice my Quran recitation, usually I'm not alone in the house. I have my parents, I have my brothers, and they're usually right outside my door, so I can't really be that loud. So I try to, recite, but in a quieter tone. And when you're in a quiet tone and you're trying to go high, it's very, very, very hard on your voice. And I realized that my voice would start breaking, my voice would sound very strained, my throat would start hurting. It was very bad. One time I was alone in the house and I literally decided, okay, I'm gonna just unleash my voice, see how it goes. I started reciting, and I recite really a high pitch, a high note, and I was able to hit it perfectly because I wasn't, holding back. Basically, I realized the louder you recite, the easier it is to hit the high notes because, you're going that whole way. You're not holding back at all. What I recommend is that you practice, maybe you're driving in the car, you're alone, just, go at it, okay? Unleash yourself, practice as much as you can the whole way. Maybe if you're alone in the house, or maybe you're in a secluded place, you're not bothering anyone. Those instances, recite as much as you can because it really, really does help. And I'm telling you, I didn't know I could even hit those notes, okay? I really did surprise myself. The most helpful tip, of course, it's the one thing I forget to mention after I literally just stopped recording, is recording your voice on your phone and then listening to it. So this really helps you pinpoint the locations where you need to work on, and it also helps you understand the way that other people hear you. So, recite your verses, record on your phone, and listen to it, and then keep on re-recording yourself until you're happy with the way that you sound. This definitely helped me improve my voice the most out of all the tips, so inshallah it will help you as well. That is basically all I have for you today. I hope these tips were helpful, and I hope you like this video as much as you liked my first video, inshallah. So if you have any other questions, tell me in the comments and I will do my best to make it happen. So jazakallah khairan for watching, jazakallah khairan for your support and your love, and I will see you next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Ugh.